Okay, you got a strong northerly wind, a little bit of swell running, tide's high, but both the tide and the wind are too strong, so what do we do? Well, let's find out. We've got a beautiful day here on the New South Wales south coast. A 4-foot swell running. That wind's up. I'm running a little late this morning. It's well after 9 o'clock. But that wind's really strong and the tide's high, so I've got some work to do to try and find a spot to have a surf. Well, the answer's not here, I'm afraid. The banks are no good, and that wind is well into it, and the tide too high. Which means we're on the road and we're going to have to try a couple of different surf spots to see if we can get somewhere that's handling that wind and the tide, but still getting that swell. So stick with me. So I'm down at the reef break along the edge of this beach. There's some guys out and certainly some waves out there. Let's see how consistent it is. So it's an interesting break, this, because it's got like a bomby type reef out further out to sea there, but not far along the reef. And it takes the sting out of the wave a little bit, so the waves break across the bomby, across the reef, and then they come in to break on this side of the reef. I've got a previous video where I surfed here by myself, so have a look at that. I actually hit the reef a few times in that video, got washed up on the reef. But we'll keep watching this, just see if it's bang for buck with that crowd out there and how many waves they're actually getting. Alright, well I think this is my only chance to get in the water today, so it's looking nice out there, slow, but some solid 3 to 4 foot waves. There's 6 people out there, so it's probably not enough sets for all people out there, but I'm going to sit a little bit inside, so hang around and see if I do get waves and some strategies to get around that crowd. And also I'll show my board and dimensions and fins at the end as usual, so you can have a look and see what I chose and why, and we'll have a chat about that. Let's go for a surf. Alright, suited up. I'm just heading out to the jump off point on this reef. Still 6 surfers out. Hot day here, so I've got my hat on and sunscreen. It's December, summer here in New South Wales, South Coast, Australia. So hot day, we've got a hot week coming up after a pretty average, crappy set of weather last week. But a beautiful day out here today, as you'll see in the water. So I've selected my board and my fins, and I'll talk through that at the end of the video. But I've selected that on the basis of what is a steeper takeoff today, with the wave breaking into a 2 or 3 turns and then into deep water and sort of flat. So it's a tricky day to pick a surf board and fins. Sort of operating on the basis that I want to get waves. It's crowded for the amount of sets that are coming in, so I need to up my chances of getting waves and make those waves. So yeah, that's the board selection. We'll chat through more whether I've done the right thing there at the end of the video. Let's jump off into the water and just go and have a surf. I've got maybe 2 hours. I'm hoping to get half a dozen waves. These sets are fairly slow, and with the 6 on it, she's going to be hard pickings, but you'll see the best of them. You'll see the quick version. Won't be a long video, so hang around. Let's go and get some waves. Some nice sets. Nobody on them. Let's hope I don't get washed up on that reef like I did last surf here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this does as the tide drops, which is what's happening. We're coming off a high tide. The tide will start to drop. This is better reef break on the higher tide because the waves have less sting taken out of them by the bombora out behind at the bombing. So I expect this will change a lot, for better or worse, over the next hour and a half, so let's see how we go. Closed. Sorry, mate. Yeah, so I think I caught that on video. Had a run-in with an old bloke out here. He decided to try and run me over. He couldn't catch the wave and I could in front of him. But he didn't call it and he didn't steer around me either, so he ran over my back. And anyway, we had a bit of a run-in. I let it ruin his day, not mine. He'll survive. Wow, I'm on the roof. Yeah. in on the shore, safe and sound. So still waves out there a little bit. Yeah, funny session, quick debrief and I'll show you the board and fins, but yeah, got some waves out there. It was very slow between those sets, only 1 to 2 waves each set, and with 4 to 5, 6 guys out. It was tough going, so hour and a half, 2 hours to get however many waves. I'll check the data, but I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 waves I suppose, so that's how slow it was. I'd usually get over a dozen over that time period, but got a few good ones, a few left-handers. So let's talk about the board. So today I stepped up to the 6.6, and I did that because I was looking at the wind on the takeoff, and it was a solid 4 foot, so it was fairly small to step up to a 6.6, but I really wanted to get into those waves. The wind was worrying me on the takeoff, and a couple of hollow turns before it hit that deep water, so for that reason I went to 6.6. There's the dimensions on the 6.6. I've got a couple of videos on a review on this board and also some other boards. I went the H4s today, and I think a little bit of scuff on the reef out there today. So I think I've hit the reef a couple of times there, but H4s I went, just nice steady solid fin. I can trust those on a hollow wave and some of those sort of more critical takeoffs. But there you go, that was the board and fins I used today. That's the reason why, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed the session today. It was pretty quick, only a few waves, but a beautiful day, summer's day here in New South Wales South Coast. So yeah, there you go. Hit the like and subscribe. I really need subscribers, so really appreciate your support on that. But I hope you enjoyed a bit of a surf. As the waves still reel in out there on this beautiful summer day. Thanks for coming for a ride. See you on the next one.